Because today is shitty, and we got an interesting comment
by
a guy named P, capital P-E-E-W, capital E-E, PB.
Alright, another online fucking troll.
Yep, this guy, he says, you two neo-Nazis are misinformed.
Neo-Nazis misinformed.
That's what he called us, neo-Nazis.
Minor American history, major world history, 4 years straight in high school, 2 years in college. Yeah, right, buddy. You want to try to check my credentials? I've been in a goddamn library. I worked in one for 15 fucking years. Spent all my time in the 940s and 630 section reading history from military weaponry all the way to the actual events. And I've been a student of the fall of the Weimar Republic and the rise of Adolf Hitler, as they put it. I've read John Toland's book several times. Looked at several Netflix series recently, actually one of which was actually well done, was called Hitler's Henchmen. It's an interesting read and watch about how the sycophants around Hitler spent more time trying to curry his favor and bring each other down than run the goddamn country in the war they got all started together. And how they got there in the first place, using terror tactics, intimidation, shout downs. Anybody who had a different opinion was disappeared, shoved into camps. And then it led to the concentration camps for the undesirables, which expanded into the death camps. You put a label on somebody, you can mark out where they live, you take away their gun rights, their ability to speak in public without being harassed or abused or shouted down. You got a police state. Try again, fool. Know your terminologies and know what it really means. An American neo-Nazi is typically a backwoods person in popular culture, or somebody who is so isolated in his political viewpoints that he feels that he has to resort to the very symbology that his ancestors and grandparents, mine included, spent the 40s fighting. I have a couple old uncles who did their time in uniform in the 40s and the 50s, because they talked about the Korean War once in a while as well. So, and my own father, may he burn forever, is a Vietnam vet who would be diagnosed with PTSD today, but you know, it was something he didn't do back in the day. And he was quite a violent fellow. Alcohol and drugs were his solace after his 2 deployments, 68 and 69. Of course, being a little kid from 71 to 78, when your dad's a monster and a black marketeer, you don't know any of this shit. You get drawn to the fact that, okay, what in war can turn my father into a monster? That was my motivation in junior high, to figure out what the fuck was going on in his head. I also wanted to join the military, become a better career military person than he ever was. My own little bit of revenge. Never happened because I'm physically disabled, and I'm not going to show you people just how bad, because no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit about your opinion either.
Pee-wee with 2 cap lock E's.
Do you understand what pee-wee means in popular culture now? You know what Pee Wee Herman did to destroy his career? Why he goes around being called Paul Rubens now? Because he's trying to bury the past? Look it up sometime. Actually read about it. It's kind of sad.
And we're misinformed. We are misinformed neo-Nazis.
No. It's just somebody who's indoctrinated, who's just throwing around words, trying to sound important and above us as an elitist. Yeah, I know your sort. I know your sort very well.
Pee-wee.
When they break out the armbands, think very hard.
Are they capable of even thinking hard?
Well, the people who misinform them, who indoctrinate them, don't want them thinking. Don't want them seeing the parallels don't want them questioning, why are we supporting this person in the party? Because the party says so. Really? The anointed, presumed nominee. Sound familiar? Sure did to me, and it really gave me pause. Who the fuck said in 2015 this person's going to be the nominee no matter what? The media did for the Democrat Party. They made a presumption.
Yeah, Bernie sold out.
And Ms. Clinton made sure that her cronies sold up the electoral votes within the party in the primary. Bernie could have made a run for it.
Yep. He was pretty popular.
He was extremely popular. He had my attention because he was saying something different. He was saying, you know what? Letting the big companies do whatever they want and get tax breaks, maybe that needs to be rethought. Maybe globalism needs to be tweaked a little bit so that the average American citizen gets a little bit more in the pie. Clinton shut all that down and Bernie sold out.
No, and what kind of car was that guy caught driving?
Oh, what was it, Lamborghini?
Lamborghini or something like that?
Something like that.
Nice photo.
65-year-old man driving around a brand new $200,000 Lamborghini. Yeah, he really is hurting for the people.
Yeah, he's hurting. Yeah.
He's really taking one for the team.
Yeah, take it for the team, bro. Take it for the team.
And you wonder why Donald Trump got through. American history is replete with the actions of the average person saying, fuck you, you don't know me. You don't tell me who to vote for.
And who did we vote for? Wasn't Clinton.
No, we voted for Trump with one eye open and one hand over the nose, practically, because he was a class clown.
Oh my God. Well, who should I vote for? Well, it ain't gonna be Hillary.
Alright, let's vote for the orange-haired guy.
Yeah, how bad can it be?
How bad could it be?
Well, it's not the best thing in the world, but hey, he's talking to North Korea. He's talking to North Korea.
At least he's doing that. Clinton, she just ignore it. As long as she could try to get some money from it. She's nothing but driven by greed. Look at her net worth now.
Look at the Clinton Foundation.
Oh,
anybody
Jesus.
investigating that shit or the depths around the accountancy of it? You know, people that go around the Clintons who can know a little bit too much tend to disappear.
Yeah, or
Look
have
into
an
that.
accident.
Right, that's a matter of public record. How about this one? When the Benghazi thing went down,
Ooh.
not only did the administration in office at the time outright lie to the American people about how it all started, but in the court hearings for Congress, the investigation, she said under oath, what does it matter now? She didn't give a shit about any of the American employees that died on her watch. No one in the White House told the carrier that was 10 minutes out by air, we have a problem, we need air support. Even had the admiral in charge of the fleet relieved of command afterward, so he wouldn't have to testify as to just how fucked up the chain of command was.
It's just an ambassador. Who cares?
Yeah, it's just a sovereign
Fuck
U.S.
'em.
territory and an embassy that's been burned to the fucking ground. It's just showing the world that, hey, you can kill our citizens and we won't bat an eye.
Yeah. Especially an ambassador.
Yeah. Back in the late 40s all the way to about 92, you so much as shot an American citizen. It was an international incident. Attachés were contacted because presidents would go to war over our protection.
Used to. Until the Clintons got aboard.
Then it was like, oh, we don't need to fight anymore. We don't need the 3 million man army. We don't need to fight 2 wars at one time. We don't need to worry about Al-Qaeda. We don't need to finance them anymore. We don't have to train them how to get back into their own societies.
Yeah.
We'll just leave them in Afghanistan and let them fester and just
That's right.
sit in a cave.
Pee-wee. We can go